Come have some fun and watch some games. Time to get crazy. It's night and day. Yeah. Night and Day and Terrified Taylor back again.
Yes, we are back in the world of Little Hope with the Curator's Cut. And as we saw, not a lot changed. We had a couple extra scenes every now and then, and yeah, hopefully, like we said in the last episode, there'll be some bookending with the Curator. Get some new scenes from him, or at least some new dialogue or something. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see now. Any other opportunity they have. Well, Taylor is cleaner, so some things have changed that you would expect, and some things that have changed that you would not expect. There have been a few extra scenes here and there, and we have checked them. Yeah,
exactly. And we got a couple extra secrets, but nothing that's like really game changing. It is cool that we found the key and we took it. So I'm wondering maybe that might play a part.
Take the key.
Well, I think Daniel took the key or something.
The keychain.
Oh yeah.
I thought you meant the key in the green.
Oh no, the number one dad keychain.
Yeah. That was cool. We'll see if that
has any kind of, because they foreshadowed it in the beginning.
Right, they did have a conversation about it.
Yeah. So,
Let's see. Yeah. Do we get another? No, we don't. Okay. Wanted to see if Angela would.
Come back again.
Yeah.
She's just like waiting there, waiting for someone to pick up her book on parenting.
All right. Speaking of books, we're gonna book it all the way up the stairs.
Oh, nice. So I guess it might be Andrew and Taylor.
Oh, it is letting us look out here again.
And then...
Oh,
no, you don't see another monster.
No monsters.
And then, this is...
Baby. Oh, don't hurt the baby.
Yeah, this is a monster. Whether it be supernatural or in this current life. And other than that, I believe...
Huh.
Yeah, which one was this one? Oh, that was Daniel's. There's that thing. Did we see that? I don't think so.
Oh, let's double check it then. Huh! Letter from Reverend Carson. Oh yeah, we had not seen it.
Nice.
But we did see this for the first time.
Yeah, we saw this the first one.
So we're not going to read through that one in our silly voices.
Oh yeah, and then
Clocky McGee.
Yep. Old school Clocky McGee.
It's kind of cool that she uses her
cell phone as a flashlight. Yeah.
Even in the scene.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
She's not actually aiming it where I'm telling her to, but I mean, it does respond to the controller, so.
Right.
All right, let's go up the stairs and follow that. Let's hit the walk faster button and follow that Meg.
Oh wait,
Meg. Are the stairs on the other side?
Stairs are to you or behind you right now. Now there you go.
Oh, okay. The stairs are right here. Yep. All right, let's do it.
Shit! What was that?
Oh yeah, she didn't see the shot.
Gotta be the girl. Let's go find her.
Oh, and Andrew.
And Andrew takes point.
Right back to where we were.
Okay. And Taylor comes to join once again.
Welcome, little Taylor.
She's in here.
Hi, let's just talk to her kindly.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Stay here.
Don't stay here. Everybody come together.
Everyone,
let's have a nice little chat. When we get sucked into the past, we'll all be holding hands.
Hey, Bigfoot, find the goddamn vinyl, will you? Andrew, what's going on?
I'm gonna stab you with this.
Andrew.
Let me go! Andrew!
Oh, this time Taylor's in.
We're
Oh,
all gathered here in one place again. I am filled with dread at the purpose.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp.
Interesting.
Together by God's
Past
grace,
Abraham should be more
all
freaked out
will
because
prevail.
he's never seen past
My
or
word
present
on it.
Taylor before.
This
Yeah,
war
I
is
don't think so,
hastily
yeah.
convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft.
Or if Mary's like, oh yeah,
Reverend.
I accuse you. And everyone's like,
Yeah, really.
The
they
evidence
both have to die.
discovered through my investigation is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
Like, no one would be on this guy's case
We
for
have been
falsely
deceived
condemning
by a
4 other
child,
people.
by the
Yeah,
lies of
exactly.
innocence.
You're
Is
no
that just-
longer in charge of this investigation,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
Denounce Tabitha.
Just wiping
But
out,
it has
like,
always belonged
I don't
to
know,
Mary
20%
and
of the
Mary
entire
alone.
village or whatever, the
She
entire
allowed her
town.
own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
What? Those are the only choices?
Yeah, exactly.
The girl is not evil, so we're gonna just go with they've lost their
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
These people have lost their freaking minds.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people.
Just my
Please
sister.
don't help me.
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but
Now in her hour of
How did he
greatest
get
need,
here?
this child of the
It was not
damned
my intention
pleads
to let my
once more
sister
for the
burn alive,
devil's
even though
help.
that's exactly what she said would happen.
Yeah.
Exactly what I knew would happen.
I beg the court's indulgence.
And I literally watched that happen.
Yeah, I said
and
nothing.
said nothing
Yeah.
while it happened, yeah.
Seek your counsel.
Whoops.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
We have to stop this.
crap happens. You just gotta deal with
This
it.
is right here in this court. Carver, he's the evil one. We have been swayed by malice. The truth hidden from us, but not by Mary. Reverend Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this town
I was
purged
waiting
of
for the,
all evil.
Subtitles.
to catch up, yeah.
I noticed the same thing.
Yeah.
Carver is not guilty?
Really?
Huh, I didn't know Taylor could be on Team Carver.
Yeah, it could take such strong of a stance there.
What must I do to bring little hope back into the line? I fear the Reverend and what he's capable of. You have to stop Carver.
Just tell him to open
It's him,
his
don't you
book.
get it?
Maybe.
He's condemning Mary
Yeah.
to take the heat off himself.
Get down there.
I know what must be done here.
Thank you.
Finally.
Yes.
Thank you. Good sir.
Carver. Yeah, I mean, the church did have a lot of power,
Be
but
still.
if they're proven
What is
to
the meaning
be
of this
wrong,
outrage?
Yeah, so many times and killing like 4 people because of that.
yeah, like then even if the church has power, they would say the church still has power, but whoever's the next
What I
in
have
line,
just learned
who's
has
the
sickened
religious
me to my
representative,
core.
would take over the investigation.
There are
Right, yeah,
serious
exactly.
questions which must be asked of you.
Why did you
How
carry?
can a man of God conduct
Just
himself
open the book.
in such a way?
I am a devil worshipper. Okay.
Mary,
That sucks.
Your suffering is at an end.
Here's
You are free to leave.
Paul.
Why do you carry incriminating
by a
evidence
child.
with you at all times?
Exactly, yeah.
What
You
she is.
silly, silly.
Hide it
boy.
in the middle of your book,
Depths of hell
even
that
if you're
see
going to
nothing.
take it with you.
The devil's daughter has deceived you all. Not me. I see her.
I mean, if he's the only
see
church
her.
representative in the entire
This
town,
is
then
all.
maybe they would still buy it after he
Christ.
completely
Like drop the
screwed it
ball on this
4
one?
times.
Yeah.
Now all
Fault,
the
but I
battle
doubt
of
it,
it's
because any one of them
mesmerized
at this
by
point would be smart enough to be like, "Oh, he's getting it wrong, and I could be next."
Without
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
I
exactly.
am dead.
Everyone is fair game
You
now.
saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
Okay, that would be cool if you existed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But you're just kind of a brainchild of my dead sister, unfortunately.
But now that we had this delusion play out in this particular way, I can feel slightly better
Yeah.
about my tragic
Yeah,
past.
yeah, exactly.
I will happily walk to a diner instead
did
of
it.
go into a cop
It
car.
worked.
That's the difference, everyone.
Yeah.
Did?
100% you made the right
adaptive
call.
gameplay.
That jerk of a
20
priest was
hours
the real
well
bad
spent.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I should feel great. But I don't. I feel nothing.
Hate that delivery.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, the majority of the first time through the playthrough was a
You look
lot of
pleased.
fun. So it's not just 20 hours to
What
the
just
point with
happened?
him.
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah, it's true. It's true.
It just leaves that bitter
Well done.
taste.
I know, I know. Especially, yeah, us having that knowledge now is just like, well, it's not gonna live up to that hype that we built up to it for. So
Yeah.
it's just fallen, unfortunately.
And we did it. We won the game.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any extras anywhere. It looks like we
Hopefully.
definitely missed secrets. Possibly not in the Curator's Cut. Possibly the last 6 secrets were all in the original, because we
Maybe.
were pretty daggone thorough in this
Yeah,
version.
yeah, for sure.
In the original, we didn't start checking every nook and cranny and every path
Yeah.
until
yeah,
a little
for
bit later. Hey, Vincent. Vincent Kartheiser. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
I know it
friend.
wasn't your fault.
But if you had shot at me, I would no longer know that.
I would lose all that
Time
knowledge.
these past years.
How are you?
Yeah.
I should be crying in this
Hey,
scene.
friend.
About
I
half
just
a
lost my
mile
whole
or so,
family.
There's a diner with a working phone. You call for help and you leave this place. And don't you ever come back.
Because this is my town. I'm
Ain't
the
nothing
mayor
left here for you.
Yeah.
and the only resident.
I am. Yeah, exactly. I run the entire town by myself. I'm the garbage man and the mayor.
I'm also
This diner was
the
half
chef
a
at the
mile.
diner.
Yeah. This diner was a half mile away. That's interesting.
The whole time, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Feel.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm so happy we all made it out of here.
But
My ass is so getting fired tomorrow.
So,
Yeah. It's like,
what's the deal now?
I need a career change.
I don't know,
T.
D. But stick around. Let's see what happens.
She likes that D.
I didn't want to make the joke, but it was just sitting there.
Yeah, it was,
It-
I'm
it
surprised they
writes
even wrote
itself.
that into
I
it.
know, I know. It's just right there. It's so obvious.
That's gonna haunt me forever.
You're not alone here.
Take it easy on
We've all
yourself.
been through
You know
hell.
that, right?
We're finally getting out of this hell.
Blame yourself.
They
And
are
there
right.
you go.
You could not blame yourself. You really shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I understand Survivor's Guild,
I
but
just
like
wish we all could have made it.
that's usually by people who didn't rush in to save people's lives.
Yeah, yeah. He has the kind of the scars to prove that he didn't wuss out of the situation. He tried to do what was right.
Everything he could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yep, and that's the mind blowing.
Diverting all traffic through Little Hope.
I just want to get these people,
You seem a little confused.
and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Do a
stop
sobriety
this.
test.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to get these folks to where they need to be.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Yep. Great cop over there.
Yeah. And this is what happens
Yeah.
when you don't do a sobriety
Yeah.
test on somebody who seems totally messed up. There could be an accident.
And now he has 8 different personalities.
Can everyone just shut up? This isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here.
Actually, it's doing both.
Yeah.
This is the only way. This madness is the only way you can get out of here
Yeah.
and have a
Yeah.
happy life. I'm looking for the bus driver. Yeah, that's funny.
How you doing?
Oh, that's me.
Excuse me.
Oh,
but
he's
we're
squirrely.
looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny.
Drop dead right.
Sounds like you could use a drink.
Better not, thanks. I need to keep a clear head.
I wonder if you accept the drink there, if somebody tells Anthony talks John out of it or something like that,
What the hell is going on in
so
there?
he can still say better
Oh
not
yeah,
for the
yeah. That seems like such a
consistency.
major
I'll
like
go
thing
once I
that
look you
they're
in the
they're
eye.
throwing there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now let me in. Hey!
hey.
Hey there, buddy.
He gets how bad a mess we're in.
It really didn't make sense why Vince was following you all over the town going, hey man, hey! If you don't shoot at him,
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, exactly. He's just kind of like
what's his problem?
stalking you around town. Yeah, I guess he hates you because he thought that you kind of caused it, but still, like,
Not this version though.
But,
At the end,
yeah,
he's like,
in
I
this
know
one.
it wasn't your fault.
right. But if you shoot at him, then he doesn't. So yeah, like you said before, it's kind of insane. He's just like, a bullet goes whizzing by. I'm sure you could have a problem with that, but
Right.
it's like, oh, he shot at me, so he definitely killed his family.
All right, what do you got?
That's it. Game over. You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result.
Now give us the applause.
Yep.
And then, you know.
And now something
Curator's
massive.
Cut new after this.
Something massive, game changer.
Congratulations. Your single charge found a way through the guilt, the horror, and came away whole. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him.
Super exciting to watch this for the third time.
Oh man.
Come on, dude. Give us something new.
Please do something new.
Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give us some cool new cutscenes to eat.
Till we meet again.
No, dude,
don't do this.
You can't
Don't
exit
do
already.
this.
Or the Arabian deserts.
Yeah, I get it. You go a lot of places.
Somewhere else.
Yes, you're foreshadowing other games.
Yeah.
Cool. No.
Don't you do it.
We will meet again.
At least one more time. We get it, you're deaf.
At least
right now.
one more time.
Figured it out.
Yeah. Haha, gotcha.
That's very clever and it's very well played, but you know, this is a Curator's Cut. We want to see at least a little bit more.
Yo, if that Curator's Cut is just those a little bit of extra scenes there, no way.
Oh man.
No way.
That was it.
Oh.
I can't believe they didn't at least bookend it. Like they gave him something new as an intro.
That was like I thought. Okay, throughout it, maybe we'll get some new stuff because of that new introduction, whatever. And then as time goes on, you realize that's not the case. Okay, and yeah, for sure, exactly. I thought they would bookend it with something cool. It doesn't have to like be game changing, but at least a couple extra like dialogues or something like that.
Right.
I guess monologue, but still, like that's so disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got to see. The coolest part, I guess, was the Tabitha ghoul demon.
Yeah,
thing,
for sure.
The hanged demon. It looked pretty awesome, and those scenes were cool.
Yeah.
There were extra scenes, and I think the extra scenes did add to the game. They were the extra stuff, especially the majority of them seemed to be like with Taylor and Daniel.
Yeah.
Because the first time through, we were wondering, it seems like Taylor and Daniel are definitely second-class citizens here. They don't get as much screen time as everybody else. Even when we go to their team, like it was funny the way it had worked out because the first time through, you picked both of them.
Yeah.
So it would be like your turn for a few minutes, and then it would jump back to one of my characters for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, the first time through, they definitely didn't get as much time, so it was great to see some extra interaction especially with Taylor and Daniel for their scenes.
Right.
And they did get the most benefit out of Curator's Cut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, as much as I like those scenes, I don't think that it necessarily constitutes a whole complete second playthrough to get those scenes.
Yes, exactly. I agree. It's like if you're going to make us go through the entire game all over again, then make it more worth your while than just a little bit more interaction between Taylor and Daniel and the John and Daniel like scenes that you played through.
Right.
For like less than a minute if you do it efficiently, essentially. Like all of that, like you said, it does not warrant a brand new playthrough of it. It definitely seems like you could throw that together as like extra unlockable scenes after you complete the game, and then you totally understand the context, so you don't have to like reframe every single one all over again.
Right.
But yeah, just to play through the entire thing all over again, like I really wanted something else. I just wanted something that was something that you wouldn't be able to get out of the original playthrough. You could fill in some of these blanks on the original playthrough, and it's not like you're super far off from what they kind of showed us already here.
Right.
It's a little cool. We got to see. I mean, it's very cool. We got to see the new demon with Taylor and whatnot, but that isn't contingent on the Curator's Cut. that's just based on your choices. So we could have had that in the original playthrough anyway, right? So that's it's okay, but again, like I definitely wanted a lot more out of it.
Yeah, at least a new ending. I agree with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the bookend should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been another, at least minimum effort on the developer's part. At least have the curator reference it again at the end.
Mm-hmm.
They referenced it at the beginning. He's saying what to do. He should have at least had minimum effort, like a few extra sentences saying, "Oh, well, now you've seen it from another side."
Yeah, exactly. There's always a new perspective.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Something short, simple. Minimum should have been there.
Exactly.
So I do think that these extra scenes added something to the game, but the problem is I think these extra scenes added something to the game that we pointed out was lacking from the original playthrough.
Yeah.
So I don't think what they've added here, and it is more than just the extra scenes. So to be fair, they did change the character perspective that you play from through nearly every single scene. You're playing from the perspective of a different character than we were the first time through.
Right.
The first time we were Anthony, this time we were John. First time we were Taylor, this time we were Daniel.
Yeah.
It's like almost every single scene, they give you a different character to control than the first time through. So that is extra, but those are much more nuanced, where it's a minor conversation switch here or there.
Yeah.
We thought it would be cool when Angela went with a completely different group, but it was a minor thing. The amount of contribution that she had to the conversations and the interaction was very low.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, there are extra things, and if you love minor nuances in dialogue and minor changes in conversation, then to you, maybe that's an amazing thing, and it's worth replaying the entire game to see these minor dialogue changes. But to us, it wasn't worth it. The Curator's Cut, the things that it added was not worth an entire extra playthrough.
Yeah.
And it should have been something that was included in the first part. Like if there wasn't a Curator's Cut and it was all added to one playthrough, I think the single playthrough would have been bolstered. It would have made the game better overall to have all of Taylor and Daniel's scenes from the Curator's Cut integrated into the original full playthrough instead.
Right.
Get rid of the Curator's Cut, flush out the full playthrough so that Daniel and Taylor get equal time with the rest and all their scenes are included. And then I think you have a much stronger single story product as opposed to tacking on this extra game mode that seems more like it's done as an advertising gimmick than as a full legitimate extra full playthrough.
Yeah, for sure. Instead, like you said, take all of the extra stuff from the Curator's Cut, throw it into the original game. Or the original playthrough, it becomes like maybe a 25-hour game instead of a 20-hour game at the most, and you have a more shelled out thing, like you said. And then you get to actually acknowledge both sides of different teams. That like when Taylor and Daniel go off, you get to actually see what's happening. That's not really hard to that's not hard for your imagination to conceptualize. Okay, this playing as this team now, playing as this team. At the same time, but just different geometry or geography. Sorry. So, it definitely could lend itself to being a much more complete game overall if you just integrate it, and then you don't have to worry about other hidden secrets. You can still integrate that just the same with the separate teams and all that too.
Right.
So, and maybe if you get all of the secrets throughout the Curator's Cut and this, it might be slightly differently, but I highly doubt that. It just seems like we played an extra 20 hours to get an additional 30 minutes overall of additional stuff, which does kind of feel like you got a little ripped off slightly out of it, which is unfortunate there. But I would have liked a new ending that you could only get in the Curator's Cut or something like that. Or just another couple lines of dialogue from the Curator because he's so cool and you created something awesome. Utilize that for the Curator's Cut. But it just seems like that was definitely missed the mark on that.
Yeah. It's just to sell it as advertise it and sell it as a selling point as a full second playthrough seems a little bit disingenuous. It's just not that distinct. I do like it as a split. If you're going to do that shared playthrough option, it does make sense to do it that way. But in terms of if you're going to do single player, it should have just been one single story that combines all of it.
Mm-hmm.
The differences don't justify splitting it and calling it a second playthrough.
Right.
And I think if you find, if you find all of the secrets, it just unlocks some sort of bonus here. It doesn't give you any extra ending or anything like that. It's just, we were looking at these bonus features. Yeah, see these locked things?
Yeah.
That's what it does. Unlocked by collecting all silver, unlocked by collecting all brass.
Yeah.
So we didn't unlock either of these yet because I think, again, we most likely missed secrets from the first.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, all of these seem to be game design things, as opposed to, like, they're giving you backstory on the development process, as opposed to, like, extra story that we would want to see and delve into.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're not going to go back and get all of the hidden secrets to show this part.
Right.
And I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like the second playthrough was 20 hours.
Yeah.
It was more like, what was it, from episode 17 to episode 27? So about, 5 to 7 hours.
Yeah.
But to get the additional 2 hours worth of content, if that, in 7 hours, it would have been better to just integrate those 2 hours into the main playthrough. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And then you have the main playthrough is a more solid experience. We have fewer complaints about, well, what are they doing with? Why are Daniel and Taylor not given much screen time? That complaint would be removed. The main game would be much more solid, and you wouldn't have this kind of like disingenuous, feels like a cash grab kind of thing. Oh, there's a whole second playthrough.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It totally changes your perspective on things, and it's just like a couple extra dialogue options and some new environments, like for a couple minutes at a time, and that's it, kind of thing. So
I mean, the potential for this, maybe they handled it better in Man from Medan. Medan, you got
whatever it is. Yeah.
Like, They possibly, because the potential is actually pretty strong.
Yeah.
They could have done more. What they showed with the opening scene with Taylor or Tanya and Vince driving home, where you control Tanya, you see a lot more there.
Yeah, for sure.
You do see a lot more in certain other scenes, but there just weren't enough of those scenes to justify it as a full alternate playthrough.
Yeah, for sure.
So the potential is cool. So if they really flesh that out, and instead of making it, 2 hours that are new in 7 hours worth of playthrough, if they made it 5 hours that are new in 10 hours worth of playthrough, then now we're talking here.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely, at least, it gives you enough like nuggets of, oh, this is new, or this is a cool perspective that I didn't get before. Enough to hold you over throughout the whole thing, not just the standard like, oh, this is a new interaction. And then you continue to play the exact same game that you played before, like consistently for a few hours, and then you get one more added onto that. It just wasn't enough to keep you really invested. It's like, oh, some new stuff is going to happen anytime like soon that you can look forward to. It's like just enough to make it slightly different from the original, and then that's like kind of okay, like that's enough to not say it's the exact same thing as the original, and that's the bare minimum we're going to do.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like a minimum effort kind of thing, and maybe they ran out of budget. But it seems like since they've got this whole Dark Pictures Anthology lined up, that budget wouldn't have been as much of an issue. But it does seem like a minimum effort because you have these potential opportunities. John goes off on his own into the sewers. Follow that shit out. Have another confrontation with the Chain Demon as John tries to prove his heroism by stopping the Chain Demon from killing Angela. Then that allows Angela to escape. Then we've seen something, it contributes to the main story, and it allows you to have a meaningful follow-up experience, as opposed to he goes into the sewers for all of 5 minutes, he finds glasses, he immediately turns around without like going farther than like you can see.
Exactly.
Same thing with Daniel. Daniel escapes the stabby McGee man. And then he goes down a hall and finds his friends. No, dude. Have him have another big confrontation. Have the stabby McGee man like turn around and look like it's going to go after Andrew and them, and then Daniel like shows that he wants to be the hero, confronts it himself, has a big confrontation, have him go through like a different place, lead him through the forest or a different route, and then wind back to meet up with his friend. The potential is there. It looks like a good idea. So it's either the developers had a great idea and they didn't have the budget, or there were time constraints or something, or it was intended as a cash grab opportunity from the get-go, and it was always like a false advertising, disingenuous kind of thing where they're just like, well, let's get people hooked and say we've got alternate whole playthroughs and do minimum effort style.
Yeah, exactly. We can justify this brand new, like this as a marketing kind of thing to say, oh, it's not just this one game that you play. It's multiple different games that you get to play, and it's like new perspectives, the whole nine. And then, yeah, when you actually get to play it, it's like all of, like, yeah, an hour at the most of new content. Yeah, that just makes it seem like it's either poorly planned, didn't have the resources, or it was like this from the beginning, and that just sucks. That makes it feel like, yeah, you got gypped for sure.
Or conned.
Yeah, exactly.
If the second playthrough had come through, and then they had said in the second playthrough they make it all from the perspective that demons were real, and they changed the entire ending so that, but if you see it, like even the curator the entire way through is like, yeah, but things can seem pretty different from if you just take a look at it from someone else's perspective.
Right.
And then the entire insinuation, the whole second playthrough is that, oh man, the demon influence was real. It wasn't the bus driver's imagination.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just drop a few more hints here and there that say, yeah, the whole everything that seemed like a supernatural element, it was all legit. And then at the end, the curator just gives you that wry smile. Oh, but who's to say whose perspective is ever the most valid?
Right, exactly.
It's all just a matter of point of view, isn't it?
Exactly.
And then he just quits the little smile, puts on his head, and walks out.
Yeah,
that would have been
amazing. Yeah, and even then, like, they don't give you, like, you don't have to shell it out 100% of like, this is why it's happening XYZ. It's just like, oh yeah, this is real, what everyone went through, and like people could have died in real life, that kind of thing. And yeah, exactly. And like, and the curator can say, like, yeah, what is reality but like someone else's perspective or something like that. Yeah, it would have been so cool to get that like to scratch that itch that we originally had of like, oh, what is the supernatural element actually, and like to finally get a new version that actually like shells that out a little bit more would have been so awesome. They didn't even have to do it like incredibly well, just to have it done would be incredible. But yeah, again, didn't I guess jump on that opportunity to do that, which would have been great. I would have loved to see that for sure. Yeah.
Get that opportunity, just jump them.
Yeah.
Take them out.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, that was a major missed opportunity.
Yeah.
That could have been a game changer. Maybe that was what they originally were intending in earlier developer meetings, and then they decided to drop it.
Yeah, exactly.
Due to time constraints later, or due to some sort of like underlying commitment where they just made a final decision that said, okay, with whole Dark Pictures, we're going to make the entire thing be this Scooby-Doo element where we're going to say, no, none of the supernatural is real, and it all has mundane explanations, and here's how we'll handle Game 1, here's how we'll handle Game 2, here's how we'll handle House of Ashes. That's what makes us pretty reluctant to play House of Ashes, because if this whole series is about how there's a reason for everything, there's a perfectly logical explanation for everything, then that can be really fun as an ultimate reveal.
Yeah.
But it can also be handled poorly, and we just kind of saw the example of not a satisfying resolution. So, we don't want to just, jump on that train and follow it all the way to the end. So, yeah, it could have been amazing. It could have been an amazing opportunity to show both stories and try to blend both and please both audiences. I think that would have been phenomenal. But that's not what they did. And they decided to, nope. Just, there's not enough content in Curator's Cut to justify. I do recommend playing the game if you like this style of horror game. I don't recommend playing Curator's Cut. I just can't. It's not enough. It doesn't bring enough to the table for you guys.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's a short enough game. Like if you like this type of horror, then yeah, it's worth the original playthrough for sure. But like, yeah, the Curator's Cut, doing it all again for not as much payoff is exactly. It's hard to recommend like wholeheartedly there. So I'd say just play the original. You've seen the differences through our videos. So play the original. You get the feel for it, and the first time through, it is like kind of nail bitey because of the like you're just unsure of what's around the corner and the noises that the monsters are making and just the environment that they set up. It works well when like you don't know what's going to happen, but after having to play the entire thing over for the Curator's Cut, yeah, not really worth it.
Yeah. So if you hardcore love the...
I just saw someone in the woods. Okay, very good. We're freaked. Who's there?
Whoever you are, this isn't funny at all.
The demons are an integral part of the story of Little Hope. It's the crux of a lot of the things that happen, and that informs a large part of what we're doing. The starting point for each of the demons was the style of execution. They're based on a character that gets killed. That then informs how the character behaves, how it moves.
Yeah, Bliss, it definitely could have been amazing, but we're not paid for our review opinions, although that would be really funny to see.
Dark Pictures gives us like money, and we're like, yeah, it's kind of crap. Oh, man.
Or, yeah, we just edit some cash falling on our heads.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, we have to recommend Curator's Cut. After thinking about it again, after careful consideration.
After getting this cleared by legal, I think this is actually one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, so in the end, if you really, really love like the Dark Pictures Anthology, and to you it's one of the best games ever, then in that case maybe you would like Curator's Cut because you do want to see every little detail, every little nuance, every little change. And for the hardcore audience, I mean, if you enjoy that sort of thing, then yeah, absolutely, knock yourself out. But for a general audience, for a general playthrough, I can't really recommend Curator's Cut. So for the hardcore, knock yourself out, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. If you're all about Dark Pictures Anthology, then it might be definitely worth your time, like you said. But for someone that's going to like pick up a game and you're unsure about like the whole like anthology series and everything like that, if you don't have like a lot of time or a lot of like interest in it, then I'd say just kind of walking into it randomly wouldn't. I don't think you can get a lot out of it. So yeah. It was interesting to play through, but it just again didn't live up to what we thought it could be.
So, but overall, again, the original playthrough was fun. The overall writing definitely wasn't the best. It was all the ending. The ending still took it down a notch for us. We had a ton of fun with it until that point. And then the Curator's Cut overall, don't recommend it, but the original game, do recommend it.
Yeah.
If you're into, this style of horror storytelling kind of games, which, we generally are with the heavy story element aspect games. So thanks again very much for the recommendation. Had a blast with the initial playthrough. And we hope to see you guys in the next game. If you have any other recommendations, definitely let us know. And yeah, so that's going to do it for Little Hope. We've got a new game or two coming up pretty soon that you guys can dive into. Some horror stuff coming soon also down the pipeline. So yeah, we're going to jump to some more horror. It's not all going to just be Mario.
It's not all Mario all the time, for sure.
All Mario and Halo. We've got more horror coming up down in the pipeline. So we'll see you guys in the next game. Thanks again. The beginning of this game, awesome.
Fantastic, yeah, exactly. It was great. Ending, again, not so much for us. But yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride anyway. It was fun to play this for you guys. And yeah, join us in the next game. Definitely a lot more coming horror-wise as well, yeah.
Oh yeah. See you guys in the next game.
Yes, indeed. See you guys in the next one.